Y'all, it's Sammy back here with another tutorial. Today we will be doing a natural look. So now I'm just giving you guys a close-up of my skin before we start applying makeup. Let's jump right into the tutorial. We're going to start off with the brows. I'm using my NYX brow pencil, and I'm going to take the spoolie on the end and just brush my brow hairs up. For myself, I like to go for a more natural look. On my clients, I usually just fill their brows in how you guys have been seeing me do it for the past couple of videos, starting off with, you know, lining the top, lining the bottom. For me, I don't really do that. I like a really natural brow, so I start off with my concealer first after I brush the brow hairs up, and I'm using my Anastasia Beverly Hills 18 brush and the LA Girl Pro Concealer in Chestnut, and I'm just lining the bottom of my brow. And I am literally just following my brow shape, my natural brow shape. I'm not adding anything to my brows. I'm not adding a arch or anything. I'm just lining them. I like to start in the middle of my brow. It gives me more control. And then I go into the front. So you see me start in the middle here, and I just draw the line. I don't use any short strokes. I just draw the line and just keep on going. Then I start to use short strokes in the front because the front can get a little tricky. So just take your time there. So now that I've gotten the front and the brows like all lined up and stuff, and the lines pretty sharp and even, I go in and I start to pull the concealer down onto my lid. This is because this concealer that I'm using will work as a foundation for my eyelids. I do put concealer on my eyelids just so everything will blend like with my foundation and stuff, and everything will look nice. So again, just pull the concealer down onto your eyelids with the brush, and then we'll blend it out. But take your time when you get to the front because it's so easy to mess up. Like, I can't tell you the amount of times I've messed up. So now that we've done that, I'm going to take my Morphe E39 brush, and I am going to start to blend out that concealer. You see me just pulling it down even more, but because this brush is fluffier, it's going to blend it out rather than just kind of leave it sitting there. I messed up there. I was about to use my concealer brush to blend out. I don't know how, but yes, take the Morphe E39 brush and blend it out until there's no harsh lines, that tails or at the front of your brows. Make sure the concealer is nice and smooth. And just continue to blend that out. And then I'm going to go in and I'm going to start to blend out the front in just a minute here. So you see me blending out the front to make sure that those lines, I still want them to be there, but I don't want them to be so harsh that they're like super noticeable. So I blend them out and kind of blend the lines together so I can also make sure that my brows are even and they match. So now that we've finished the brows, we are going to go into the face next. So I'm taking my Too Faced Hangover primer. You know, this is my holy grail. I use this primer for literally everybody. I'm also going to be using a matte foundation today, so I didn't want to use a matte primer. I also have combination skin, so my skin doesn't get super oily, so I don't really need like more mattifying power than what my foundation has. So now I'm just going to rub that into my skin all over. And then I'm going to use my Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r foundation in the shade 450. And I'm going to put that on my little ratchet mixing palette. This is an old concealer palette. I actually need to buy a mixing palette, but that's what I use for right now. So don't judge me. Now I'm taking my damp beauty blender, and I'm going to dot that in just one area of my face. Fenty will dry very quickly, so if you dot it all over your face, those dots may just dry before you end up getting a chance to blend them out, and then your foundation won't be blended, and that can be an issue. So I like to blend my face into sections. So I start with one section and blend it out, and then I'll move on to the next. I make sure that I'm taking this foundation under my chin, because if you don't want it to look like you have a mask on, so take the foundation under your skin. I mean, under your chin, not under your skin. My bad. One thing I will say though is that Fenty does blend very smoothly. I'm also using, like, I'm not using like one of those Aki beauty blenders. I'm using like a beauty blender that is from the Beauty Blender like brand. I really like their beauty blenders. This one is the Beauty Blender Pro. It's like for makeup artists and stuff. So I mean, you don't have to be a makeup artist to use it. It actually works really, really well, but I love it. So now we're going in with the LA Girl Pro Concealer in Chestnut. Same concealer that I used for my brow cleanup. And I'm just going to draw like some, upside down triangles under my eyes. That's the best way I can kind of describe it. They don't have to be perfect. And then I'm just going to put some on my chin. I'll take the same beauty blender and I'll start to blend that out. And I'm bringing the concealer all the way up to my waterline. This will cover any dark circles that you have. I also blend it over my eyelid. And this was what I was talking about earlier when I say that I use concealer on my eyelid so everything can like look seamlessly blended and stuff. Yeah, so I'm blending that out and onto my eyelids, and then I'm going to immediately set that so it doesn't start to crease. I'm using the Laura Mercier deep translucent powder. And I'm taking a brush, a Real Techniques brush, and I was kind of just like twirling and like patting that on at the same time, like rolling the brush, I guess, over my eye. That helps for better application for the powder. So now I'm doing the same exact thing on the other side. You blend the concealer out and then immediately set it. So now that we're all set, I'm going in with my blush. I use the same blush every time. It's the MAC Razin blush, and I also use Sweet as Cocoa on top of the Razin. They actually look really, really nice together, so I do that as well. One thing I forgot to mention was when you're using the translucent powder, make sure you set your eyes as well so they won't crease, because I don't put any like eyeshadow or anything over my eyes with this natural look. I just leave the concealer, so make sure that you set that concealer as well with some powder. So now we're gonna go back in and fill in the brow. Like I said, I really, really like just a natural brow. So I just do natural little strokes, filling in where I need to, filling in where my brows are kind of lacking. Like, so for the one that I'm filling in right now, it lacks a little bit in the front, and then also on the tail of the brow. So I'll go in and I'll fill that in as well to make it look a little bit thicker in the end, so it can match the other one. Again, just filling in using short strokes. I'm not applying a lot of pressure onto the pencil. If you do that, you might not get natural brows. So I'm just kind of flicking the brow up actually and just applying like little strokes to my eyebrow, filling in where it's needed to be filled in at. Putting on the last finishing touches. And again, this is a NYX brow pencil in Espresso. So now I'm going to do my lashes off camera. I'm using the Laflare lashes, and I just put them on off camera because they were being annoying. So now I'm lining my lips with NYX Cappucino lip liner, and I'm putting on the NYX Butter Gloss and Fortune Cookie. That's my favorite go-to nude for my skin tone. And then I use a topper. It's a L'Oreal lip gloss. I'll put that in the description box because I'm really not sure how to pronounce the name. So here we are, my bare-faced self. And then here we are with the finished look. So let me know what you guys would like to see next. I hope that you guys like it. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching my video. I appreciate it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.